60 Minutes Overtime.
How did you convince Hezbollah to buy this?
Well, obviously, they didn't know that they were buying it from Israel.
Our story on 60 Minutes is about the Israeli pager operation against Hezbollah. We were able to find out minute details of how Israel thought up the idea of using pagers as a bomb in Hezbollah's pockets. After the pager attack, the Israelis dropped a massive bomb on the head of Hezbollah. They assassinated him. And once that happened, pretty much the entire organization, Hezbollah, kind of imploded. After 14 months of intense fighting, the Israelis and Hezbollah have agreed to a ceasefire brokered by the United States. The terms require Hezbollah to completely demilitarize in southern Lebanon and for Israel to withdraw all troops from the country at the end of a 60-day period. So where are we?
We are in a town called Shtula, which is on the border with Lebanon right behind us. And thank God the family was evacuated when this happened.
We spoke to a lieutenant colonel in the Israeli Defense Force up in the north. He showed us the destruction of homes that had been strafed by Hezbollah, basically destroyed. The ceasefire is pretty new. In your opinion, is it holding?
The state of Israel is committed to upholding the ceasefire. Having said that, we have the right to use force to eliminate threats or violations of the ceasefire. Yesterday, Hezbollah fired some shells into Israel. We responded very, very sharply.
So what is a violation, in the Israelis' opinion?
The movement of men and materiel in a manner that threatens the civilian population, we're going to attack.
The ceasefire appears to be holding. Is that the view in Lebanon?
The ceasefire is holding, and everybody is hoping that it will be lasting.
Raghida Dergham, a columnist and executive chairman of the Beirut Institute, spoke to us from Beirut.
The Lebanese did not want Hezbollah to stay in control of the south, and every now and then they decide that they want to take the country to war. What the Lebanese want now is for the Lebanese army to take over, to be in control in the south and beyond.
The Israelis pounded southern Lebanon, and civilian casualties did take place.
Civilians were killed. Civilians were driven out of their homes. I mean, a lot of the Lebanese people in the south are displaced. A lot of them lost their homes. No, it was absolutely objected to by even the Lebanese who hated Hezbollah. They really felt horrified by the extent of damage that happened to our brothers and sisters in the south of Lebanon.
As part of the ceasefire agreement, the Lebanese government is required to take back control of southern Lebanon, prevent Hezbollah from conducting military operations against Israel, and dismantle any weapons that they find. The Israeli Defense Force said about 80% of Hezbollah's weapons have been destroyed, but tens of thousands of fighters are still alive. Do you think that they could come back, or are they finished?
I think they were defeated to a certain degree.
We interviewed Sima Shine. She's a former top analyst with Mossad and now an analyst at a think tank in Israel.
There is still an organization, but it's not an organization in a way it was, half a year ago. The internal political situation of Hezbollah in Lebanon, at the end of the day, it's a party, and their strength today is completely different in the political sphere as well.
So they've lost their political standing within Lebanon?
Not lost completely, because still they have arms and they can threaten. But voices that we hear coming out of Lebanon are voices saying, enough with Iran and Hezbollah, because everybody that is opposing Hezbollah believes that Hezbollah is actually fulfilling orders of Iran and not the interest of Lebanon.
They are still in government. Hezbollah ministers and members of the parliament, they are still active.
And powerful?
Powerful, but not as powerful.
Hezbollah particularly, they were the main protection of Iran. So Iran has now lost the sort of little armor that they built around themselves. So Iran as a force in the region is enormously reduced.
Hezbollah has been defeated in Lebanon, in Syria, and I think Iran has been weakened tremendously. In Syria, Iran lost hugely.
The Iranians used to send arms to Hezbollah through Syria, and that corridor has been cut off.
That's right. It has to review its raison d'etre. It cannot use the proxies anymore. And that will change the face of the region.